Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3758. Today's date is uh, wait. Sorry for this inconvenience. Um, okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, so what am I trying to tell you? Okay, why is this actually happening? Is it recording? Yeah, it's kind of like a recording. Sorry, but my phone is lagging somehow, probably. I don't know why, but it lagging. Okay, yeah, sure. Whatever. So today's date is 13th of December 2025. It's been almost like a night at exactly 9 p.m. Okay. All right. So what exactly? Okay. Sorry, na my entire body is not actually kind of like doing it justice for me because I'm kind of like a little bit of sick. Yeah. Kudos. I'm kind of like a sick. I never been sick, but it's not really that kind of like somebody sick for very too much. No, I'm sick is like a kind of like a, that like it's a it probably is just like a just fever for a couple of hour and then I'm kind of like a simply recover by my own. Yeah, because my body is kind of like a really good at recovering things. Okay, in my body there is a lot of kind of like a WBC is actually here. WBC means white blood capsules. Those are like a really help me to not to get sick, which is really good. Okay, I have a lot of them, but sometimes it's just too much. Okay, yeah, being sick is a it's not really kind of like a bad thing, it's a really good thing too. Okay, yeah, it's not really that it's I am I have like little bit of kind of like a somebody warm my body, but also my nose is bleeding out with lot of mucus and mucus in it. Okay, this actually happened since yesterday because yesterday was like a really unique in its own. Okay, one of my friend has a wedding and we are kind of like a preparing. Okay, now like tomorrow is a wedding. Okay, yeah, yesterday was Mehendi. Okay, that like basically I'm belong to the India. Yeah, wedding are kind of like a multiple event ceremony, multiple days event ceremony. Okay, first of all there is a Mehendi, Sangeet, okay, Haldi, then Shaadi. Okay, yeah, these are multiple things are actually happening. And by the way, the both the people, the bride and groom, both are my friends, and basically that's why we are kind of invited on both. So that's why I have to be attend both Haldi, both Mehendi, both Sangeet. Shaadi is one. Okay, yeah, Shaadi is one. Okay, because the both are married. Na? Shaadi is actually happened at one. Okay, yeah. But Sangeet, Haldi, both are kind of like a different ceremonies happen at bride's place and groom's place. Oh boy. Oh shit. I just feel like that I'm kind of like exhaust everything inside of me. Oh shit, there's a lot of spit inside of my shirt. I don't know. Okay, yeah. So and today we have Sangeet. Okay, yeah, and we have dance practice too. Okay, yeah, like we have to kind of like we have to kind of like simply show the dance. Okay, yeah, to the in front of the people and things like that. And we are kind of like preparing dancing and things and that, which is really good. And I'm kind of like a little bit sick, but not really that sick. Like it's not really that I cannot able to attend. No, I will be able to attend. It's one of the really essential momentum, and it's really essential moment, and I don't want to miss it, even if I'm kind of like a sick or yeah. I'm trying to make sure that I shouldn't supposed to be eat that much kind of like a something. Uh, Food. Okay, yeah, and try to prevent myself as much as I could, but still I will definitely gonna attend because I also have kind of like a dance too. Okay, yeah. Where you will gonna see this particular dance? Okay, it's not on my YouTube, by the way. It's a kind of like a tradition. It's a kind of like a simply not personal. It's like we are kind of like a dancing. Okay, yeah, we are not meant to be kind of like a simply making the video, upload this on YouTube platform. Nothing really at all. It's kind of like simply recorded in kind of like a simply wedding cassettes maybe, but not more than that. Or I think I'm not really sure about that particular stuff. Okay, whatever. So what I'm trying to tell you, what exactly is this thing? What I'm trying to tell you is this thing that ki, uh, yeah, asking question. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm kind of like it's really blunt out and kind of like I'm not really sure what should I supposed to say. Okay, also another thing is that na ki because of the wedding, I have to be kind of like a make my content. Okay, yeah. So after this artifact episode, I will gonna make my content. Okay, yeah, and like I'm gonna make sure that I should supposed to be consistent. And lagging of the content is not meant to be. I have to be doing this thing. I have kind of like a multiple things I have to do today. First of all is that I have to cut my hair. Okay, I haven't really cut my hair. Then I have to be dye my beard. Okay, yeah. Because my beard is look a little bit of kind of like only there is a event now, so yeah. And content creation, yeah. And this all those things actually happen till the 2 p.m. because after the 2 p.m. I'm completely occupied with the entire day. Okay, I didn't really have any time or things like that. So content should supposed to be happen first. Cutting and beard should supposed to happen later. Alright, yeah. So should I continue artifact? Like let's continue. It's not really that kind of like only you should supposed to continue. Yeah, let's continue. Alright, yeah. The question is what? Where is this question? Okay, yeah. If the time loop repeat your best moments. Oh, that is a really good question. Oh yeah. First of all, what is at least this question and why am I asking this question to myself? This is what if question. Why am I asking this question to myself? What if question is always really interested way to give the answer. It kind of like a force you to think about that reality. When I try to think about that reality or when I try to create that reality, I'm kind of like utilizing my knowledge and information that I've been through, and when I try to utilize this knowledge and information, it somehow it felt good. It somehow it like felt like that key like good in very good possible way. I don't know how I supposed to explain that thing. Okay. Uh, Again, what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that he disclaimer. I'm kind of like a blank out right now. Okay, yeah. Oh boy. Okay. There is just something came out from my nose. Oh boy. And basically, it's this thing that one nose is actually working, the another nose is not actually working. Okay, yeah. I don't know why. Another nose means another hole of the nose is not actually working. Okay, yeah. Like I'm actually breathing from one hole, and another hole is actually kind of like somebody just blocked by I don't know why. Like I don't really think there is a mucus, but I don't know. I can't breathe from another nose. Okay. Disclaimer, yeah. The information that I'm trying to tell you is not exactly right or is not exactly wrong either. It's raw, it's unfiltered. It's raw, it's unfiltered. It's just my opinion. So do not believe in any kind of like information. It's just my opinion, and opinion are subjective. Alright, yeah. Now regarding about the question says that what where it is? Oh yeah. What if time loop repeat your best moment? Okay, yeah, time loop repeat your best moment. Okay, so basically it's this kind of like question is that ki, what if something happened that ki basically the best time of your life, like a happiness and things and that we should supposed to be experienced again and again. Okay, yeah. So what if such thing will gonna happen? Then what would be that particular? Well, I kind of like a realize from my point of perspective. Okay, yeah. Happiness is a kind of like a things that you have to be enjoy at once. Okay, yeah. If you try to experience this thing, you might not gonna enjoy that much. Example is this thing: you went to the wedding. Okay, yeah. You kind of like simply enjoy everything regarding about this and that and that and that. And basically next time you try to experience again, you might not gonna experience this thing. You might not gonna experience that much happiness. Example, at first time you kind of like experience happiness 10 out of 10. The next time that you experience, you might get experience happiness maybe 10 out of 2. Okay, yeah. This is what actually happened, that ki if you went to kind of like some stand-up comedy, at first you might gonna laugh out very loud, but next time you might not gonna get happy. Okay, yeah. So basically is this in joy and happiness, yeah, those are kind of like a really essential thing, those are kind of like a really good. But the kind of like experiencing these moments again will not kind of like gives you that much amount of happiness, because human mind doesn't really work that way. Okay, yeah. We basically this thing, everything became pretty predictable because we already experienced that thing na. So it's not really that ki probably we should supposed to be happy, huh? Like what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, that ki when you kind of like assembly, let's just say that ki when you first time you had kiss with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, yeah. So that moment is kind of like a really amazing. Okay, yeah. The next time that you did, you might not feel that much like you sorry, you might feel kind of like a really good. Okay, it's not really that, it's not really good. Okay, yeah. But what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, that the happiness is kind of like a simply happen after you kiss. Okay, yeah. And kind of like a simply the way that you feel after your kiss is kind of like a much more bigger than while you were kissing. Okay, so this is what kind of like things happened. I don't know, I'm kind of like simply telling my human point of perspective. Okay, I'm not exactly right, I haven't like kissed anyone, but this is what I kind of like simply experience this thing. When you try to remember your happiness moment, it kind of like simply gives you that nostalgic vibe, and it kind of like gives you even more happier, more than if you kind of like experience this thing again. Okay, yeah. So basically it's not like kind of like a simply not guarantee that kind of like a simply every good part of your life kind of like a simply went into the loop, you might gonna be really happy. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, yeah. Another thing is that the question is kind of like a neglect a very very essential part. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the question says that what if you are, what if the question, what is that question, the question says the time repeat in the best moment. Okay, yeah. And there is some of the worst moment too, like basically is this thing, if we remember a kind of like a best moment because it actually happened in the loop, then what is actually happened with the worst moment. Okay, because worst moment are kind of like a teach us something. Okay, yeah. Now what is actually worst moment? A worst moment means like that, like it actually happened multiple times in my life. Okay, yeah. Like I didn't went to the engineering college. Okay, it was one of my worst moment. It kind of like a basically engineering diploma took me almost like a 5 year for 2 year of diploma. Those are kind of like simply one of the worst moments that I have. But it taught me something, it taught me kind of like simply one of the important lessons and things and that and that. So basically it's this thing that worst moment are equally really essential. It kind of like a teach you that what kind of like a wrong you are, and that's one of the really essential. It kind of like will push you to grow. Okay, yeah. If even if we not even if we not if we are not kind of like a remember your worst moment, then how do we supposed to learn from that? Oh yeah, because failure and worst moment are really one of the really essential for growth. Okay, yeah. Like we cannot able to kind of like a live by kind of like a joy and kind of like a happiness. No, joy and happiness are also really essential, but as well as kind of like a worst and mistakes are also really essential too. Those are kind of like a shape your life to a much more better way that you could supposed to be. Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm thinking about that. So probably is this thing, if I'm kind of like a try to imagine that particular world where you could kind of like a somebody just life is kind of like a loop on your best moment, then probably you will not gonna grow. You will kind of like a somebody always in that particular loop, always stuck in that particular loop, that you will kind of get the happiness, but you already knew that this is not really good. Okay, yeah. Because yeah, this is what kind of like a life is meant to be. Okay, so as a human, it really required a kind of like a both of best of both world. Okay, yeah, happiness, joy, and mistakes and worse. Those are both are really essential, and we cannot able to imagine the world where one of the exist and one of not. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna continue this entire artifact again because I'm not really good at right now. I'm feeling really heavy, and I have a lot of stuff to do. First of all, content creation and things, and I am not really feel really good. I just wanted to kind of like lay down and not to do anything at all. Okay, but I have so many things to do. All right, so this is it, and thank you.